Hello, welcome to lesson 7 of Mastering Java. Here we're going to learn how to continue working with objects and classes, and we're going to learn how to put methods in our classes, which is incredibly important. Now, if I turn your attention back to the previous lesson, let me go ahead and open that lesson up. This is lesson 6. Just remind you again, what we basically did is we created the object, right? And then we created these variables to measure endurance, which is how many hours an airplane can stay in the air. And then we calculated the endurance for each airplane by dividing the fuel capacity by the fuel burn rate, and then we printed out the answer. And then we calculated it again down here, and then we printed out the answer. That's basically what we were doing. But this endurance thing, this how many hours can an airplane stay in the air, it's something that can be calculated for every airplane, and it's something that can be calculated for every airplane using the information that we have in our class. So over in lesson 6, we had to do the calculation 2 times. We had to do it using these variables, and then we had to do it using these variables. And it just kind of leads to code that isn't really quite that readable. It makes a little more sense, since the endurance calculation can be done for every aircraft, to put the method to do that calculation, or to create a method inside of the aircraft class. And then that way, every aircraft object we create, we have a method to calculate its endurance, and that's all wrapped up nice and tidy inside of the aircraft class. So let's go and do that. We've already covered lessons way earlier, dealing with methods. You should know now that a method is a subroutine where you go down to the method, some calculation is done or some task is performed, and then you return from the method. So let's go ahead and create a method here. So I'll put a comment and I'll say method to calculate aircraft endurance. All right. And then I will create the method. Now, this particular